So the U.S. is currently escalating with Iran, and it is getting serious, folks. It really is. The very real possibility that the U.S. is going to get involved militarily with Iran seems to be creeping up on us daily. And truly, this is a terrifying phenomenon. Okay, Iran is not Iraq. It's not the same situation. The casualties will be far higher. The ramifications are far higher. This is a direct state ally to Russia, another major nuclear power, okay? So that situation is totally horrific. But in response to this situation and in the creeping seriousness of this situation, we've also seen arms sales escalate with, you guessed it, Saudi Arabia. So this is being reported by NBC News. The Trump administration on Friday cited a national security emergency allegedly caused by Iran to bypass Congress and rush through arms sales worth billions of dollars to Saudi Arabia and other Middle East allies. This includes the United Arab Emirates, I believe, and Jordan, I think. Citing a rarely used provision of arms control law, the administration informed lawmakers it was declaring a national security emergency, allowing it to go ahead with the sale of weapons to Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Jordan without congressional approval. Okay, so this is terrifying. The move came despite growing bipartisan opposition to any arms sales to Saudi Arabia amid outrage over the killing of Saudi writer Jamal Khashoggi. That was a total clusterfuck, okay? There were U.S. officials who were basically claiming, like, oh, there's no evidence that that Saudi officials killed this guy, that it wasn't MBS specifically who ordered this hit or had, at the very least, something direct to do with it, okay? When the evidence is overwhelming, okay, independent bodies have deemed the evidence as overwhelming. So, look, this is a terrifying situation. We got to stop arming these people. Okay, put the Iran issue aside, which they are not a threat. They are not a threat to the U.S., and I want to make that absolutely clear. They are beyond any comprehension of the idea that they would be a threat to us. That is totally absurd. But put that outside your mind. Just this Yemen war alone is reason to not be arming the Saudis. In fact, to not give another fucking nickel to the Saudis until they agree to pull back in this area. Okay? They're bombing hospitals. They're bombing mosques. They're bombing open-air markets. They've bombed schools for the deaf. Or is it schools for the blind? Or is it both? I don't fucking know. It could be all of these things. But even if it's just one of these things, it's bad enough that we should not be directly aiding and abetting these actions. And also, Bernie has been leading the fight in this regard. A lot of, more progressive left-wing Democrats are leading the fight in this regard. And Democrats, keep it real, as much as I hate on them, on the Iran issue, they're saying some pretty awesome things, right? Even the Democrats that I tend to hate, people like Pete Buttigieg, Beto O'Rourke. These are people who are openly against intervention in Iran, and that was not really Democrats were not strong on any intervention foreign policy up till now, but they've come to Jesus on this issue because Iran, that is not the same situation as Iraq. We will suffer major casualties. This will be a far larger affair, a far more drawn out affair, and it's serious, okay? And to their credit, the Democrats kind of got together with a good chunk of the Republicans and passed a resolution saying we are no longer going to aid and abet and arm the Saudi-led war in Yemen, okay? And Trump vetoed it. He totally vetoed it. Not only did he veto it, but now, he's escalating to war with Iran, and he's using that as a premise to sell them even more fucking weapons when we just dropped $100 billion arms sale or something like that, some egregious number a year or two ago. So this needs to stop, man. This needs to stop. Not only that, we need to get out of the 7 or 8 interventions that we're currently in. All of them. Just get out of all of them. Every single one. Come home immediately. This is money that needs to be invested in this country and bettering this country. Even if it's invested in bettering other countries, that's better than bombing the shit out of them for no fucking reason. And again, this is an issue that crosses party lines. This is all of the stuff that Trump is currently doing. He was given, credibility writ large to do this stuff by the Obama administration, who after the Bush administration totally escalated in terms of our foreign policy and in terms of the surveillance state and the drone war. Obama largely continued those policies, and he made it worse. He made the NSA more powerful. He made the drone program more powerful. And Trump is just taking that and putting it on steroids and human growth hormone. And oh my God, man, I'm tired of seeing this every single week. This is an issue that I don't even want to talk about it, even though it's super, extremely important, probably one of the top 3 most important issues when you talk about this country and our politics. But I don't want to talk about it because it is just so in-your-face egregious day in and day out. It's just, the repetition makes you exhausted. It makes you exhausted to be dealing with this issue and to be thinking about it and thinking about the horrific ramifications. Fuck, man. Starvation, the famines, the bombs, the drones. I mean, can you imagine living in one of these countries? You're just going about your day. You're, carrying a jug of water, fucking going to the supermarket, or, taking your kid to school, and then, some object you may see in the sky, you may not see in the sky, you may not even know it's there, and then suddenly, boom, giant fucking explosions in your town just randomly. Like, that doesn't happen to us. That never happens here. You don't ever see news. Okay, news today. China is in Nevada, and they dropped a couple of strategic drone strikes, killing what they believe to be terrorists who were planning a coup of the Chinese government. They were planning to cross the Pacific Ocean, and no, you don't see that because it doesn't fucking happen, because we wouldn't tolerate it. We wouldn't put up with it. That would be considered an act of war. And yet we pretend that we're not at war with these countries. We're just protecting ourselves. I'm so over this shit, man. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand seeing this every damn day, day in, day out. And what's the alternative? We don't have shit in Congress in terms of a movement against this. The Democrats, to their credit on this issue, again, they've gotten better, right? And on Iran, they've wised up largely. But at this point, all they do is tack these interventions on top of the existing ones. And they don't even go through Congress anymore, even though it's constitutionally required. And so we may not even get a declaration of war in Iran. We just might show up one day there, and they'll be like, hey, what are you doing here? And we're like, I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Shoot you anyway. What do we do, man? What do we do? Vote for Bernie, man. Vote for Bernie. Vote for Tulsi. Vote for fucking somebody. Just keep getting involved. Keep engaging. We need to start thinking about what kind of direct action, what kind of, nonviolent but peaceful resistance, direct acts of resistance. What kind of resistance acts can we take upon ourselves in doing this? Civil disobedience. How can we weaponize civil disobedience to stop this bullshit? What can we do? I don't know. Think about that, man. Just think about it. That's all I can ask you. Thanks for watching.